They say the last bell is supposed to sound like freedom. But that morning, it sounded heavy. The school compound was loud, laughing, shouting, phones flashing everywhere. People were taking pictures like they were already gone. A big banner hung above the gate. Congratulations, class of 2024. I checked my phone. Graduation, 3 days left. My chest tightened. I walked into class, and Lola dropped into the seat beside me like she owned the place. Who's crying first on graduation day? She asked. I told her I wouldn't cry. She laughed. You cried after exams. She wasn't wrong. Soft pause. Jaden was joking at the back. Mia was quiet like always, writing, erasing, writing again. Then Mr. Collins walked in. He looked at us longer than usual. Final week, he said. Some of you have waited your whole lives for this. I smiled. For the first time in a long while. I felt close to the end. Then the bell rang. Loud. Sharp. Final. And I didn't know it yet, but that bell wasn't calling us forward. It was warning us. The hallway was full of noise when the announcement came on. Good morning, senior students. The principal's voice didn't sound right. There has been an important development concerning graduation. People stopped walking. Stopped laughing. Stopped breathing. Due to an issue with academic records, graduation clearance is temporarily on hold. On hold. 2 words. That was all it took to erase 12 years. Someone asked if graduation was cancelled. No clear answer came. Just fear. Just noise. Just questions nobody could answer. I looked at Mia. Her hands were shaking. And that's when I knew. This wasn't a rumor. This was real. The list was taped to the notice board like a death sentence. Everyone pushed forward. I didn't want to look. But I did. My eyes moved slowly. Then stopped. On my name. I blinked. Still there. I didn't fail. I didn't cheat. I didn't skip. So why? Lola found her name next. Jaden laughed, until he saw his. And Mia. She didn't even react. Like she already knew. People started shouting. Crying. Breaking. We stepped away from the crowd. Lola whispered, "We're not graduating." I said it was a mistake. Jaden said mistakes don't print lists. No one argued. Then Mia spoke. This is my fault. She walked away before we could ask why. I followed her to the stairwell. She was crying quietly, like she didn't want the walls to hear. I wanted to leave this place clean, she said. I told her maybe clean wasn't honest. That's when Mr. Collins found us. The principal wants to see all students on the list, he said. Then he paused. This doesn't end here. And in that moment, fear turned into something else. Determination. The principal's office felt smaller than it ever had. They told us our records were incomplete. Files missing. Grades misfiled. Systems corrupted. They said it could take weeks. Weeks. Graduation was in 3 days. Mia finally told us the truth outside the office. Years ago, she had noticed an error in someone's record. She fixed it. Quietly. She didn't know the system would later flag everything connected to it. Including us. She cried. Said she ruined everything. But for the first time, we didn't panic. We planned. That night, we broke into the school. Not like criminals. Like kids who refused to lose their future. We searched old files. Backups. Archives no one touched anymore. Jaden found an external drive. Lola stayed watch. And I prayed we weren't too late. At 2:17 a.m., Mia whispered. I found it. The original records. Untouched. Proof. That night, we broke into the school. Not like criminals. Like kids who refused to lose their future. We searched old files. Backups. Archives no one touched anymore. Jaden found an external drive. Lola stayed watch. And I prayed we weren't too late. At 2:17 a.m., Mia whispered. I found it. The original records. Untouched. Proof. Graduation morning came too fast. We handed everything in. The principal read silently. Mr. Collins stood behind him. Waiting. Then the principal looked up. You were right, he said. Graduation was back on. But mistakes still had consequences. The truth mattered. We walked across the stage that day. Not just as graduates, but as survivors. When the last bell rang, it didn't sound heavy anymore. It sounded earned.